How electric cars will change our environment. There is a large market for cars just in general. Some of the different brands are Toyota, Volkswagen, Honda, Mercedes-Benz, and Chevrolet. All of the brands of cars are from around the world, and they range in price, look, location, and features. Originally, many of the cars used just gas, and now they all have some cars that at least use some amount of electricity to sustain the gas. This quote, North America has witnessed an unprecedented demand for electric vehicles over the last 5 years. For instance, in the United States, the electric vehicle sales jumped from 479,000 in 2017 to 361,307 in 2018, witnessing a jump in sales by as much as 81% in 2018. Though the 2019 sales proved flat to 2018, the growth rate since 2013 still averaged an impressive 25% per year. Although the sales may plunge in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the long-term forecast of EV sales is still optimistic. And that quote is from Business Wire. There's different types of electric cars as well. Some types are AEVs, which are all electric cars, and they're powered by one or more electric motors. And they receive electricity by plugging into a grid, and they store it into batteries. And they use no gas whatsoever. They include battery electric vehicles and full fuel cell electric vehicles. Tesla and Nissan have cars that are fully electric, and they're known as AEVs. Many other brands of cars offer different hybrid. Hybrid cars use electricity and gas, and they require less gas because the electricity helps suspend it for a longer period of time. These are known as PHEV, which is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. PHEVs use batteries to power an electric motor, and they plug into an electric grid to charge, and then they use gas or another fuel to power it. And some types of PHEVs are also called extended range electric vehicles. Tesla, Honda, Toyota, and many other car brands offer PHEVs. Why people prefer EVs? A lot of people prefer electric vehicles because there's less carbon emission, which takes away from the environmental concern that gas causes. Buying electric cars can be like a fashion or a game for younger generations. This quote, a recent AAA survey found that 20% of Americans want their next vehicle to be an electric car. Among millennials, the portion is much higher because it can seem like fit to a younger generation. The next point is, quote, many states and nations already offer significant subsidies to EV purchasers, and some have passed legislation to ban sales of new internal combustion engines altogether. So it's almost just required. And the last point, the increase in demand for electric cars is necessary because gas becomes less available and is becoming more expensive. So it's cheaper too. Energy resources. Many cars used only gas, which was very bad for the environment because gas comes from petroleum, which is a fossil fuel and is non-renewable. Most energy for electric cars comes from wind, solar, and other renewable sources. Renewable energy is essentially energy that comes from something that we have a sustainable amount of, and if we continue to use in a sustainable way and we use it responsibly, we'll have an unlimited source of it. Non-renewable energy is things like fossil fuels or nuclear power, which is essentially energy that we will run out of at some point. Pollution of regular cars. There are 6 major pollutants that come from cars. When gas burns, it forms toxic gases like carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases that greatly contribute to global warming. There's also smog effects, which is a detriment to health for humans and animals. Cars emit carbon monoxide when the carbon in fuel doesn't burn completely. A car's exhaust emits hydrocarbons, a toxic compound of hydrogen and carbon. And when fuel burns, nitrogen and oxygen react with each other and form nitrogen oxides. And particulate matter, small particles of foreign substances in the air, contribute to atmospheric haze and can damage people's lungs. Many customers have become much more aware of the amount of pollution and dangers from cars, and they have pushed for more affordable electric cars to become available. There is still a few drawbacks of electric cars, though. Although there is many benefits to electric cars, they're not perfect. Although electric cars take away the need for gas, making the batteries for electric cars require ores and metals and lithium, which can be expensive and hard to get, and they also affect the environment because of the excessive mining. More charging stations are going to be necessary, and currently there really isn't enough for many people to be driving electric cars. And we need people to reuse and recycle batteries from their cars, because if they are left behind, they can become very toxic to the environment. And then how does this tie back to the theme of resilience? Electric cars can be one of the solutions to recovering from the current environmental crisis. It shows resilience because of how people are creating new cars to adapt, and we are using our customer power to purchase them and protect the environment. Thank you.